Ayo guys, what's up? It's still Willing Demon, as usual, and back with another one. I wanted to get this one out to you because I had some requests for it, so the hell with it. But yeah, just heads up though, I got school, so chances are my recording's mostly gonna be on the weekend, so you usually get a video without around Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, if that, because I'm lazy. That's about the best I can say to that. Also, this is probably going to be a shorter video because I want to make a What If Tatsumi Sub-Zero Part 2. So yeah, it's probably be around 15-20 minutes. Yeah, let's get into it. So, we left off with we left off with Nagisa getting the contract for the Hades Familia. Last member of Hades. Now, we're going to pick up there. So, So, Nagisa signs the contract, and a skeleton breaks through the ground, and my flesh and muscle tissue just engulf it, and a tall-ish man with dark robes and blue hair, like dark blue, yeah, dark blue hair. Yeah, and he's just standing there, and he says, "So you are my first and last familia member. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss." And he extends his hand for a handshake. Nagisa shakes his hand and says, "Nagisa. You can call me Nagisa. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm assuming Hades." He looks at her and he's a bit and with a kind of surprised expression, he says, "You know of me. That's a surprise. Most people don't know about the ancient gods. Zeus kind of stole most of the fame, you know?" He chuckles a bit. And Nagisa says, "You're the god of the underworld, correct? Anyway, thank you for giving me the opportunity to join your familia, sir. Even though I technically earned it, I believe. Well, that's what the trial said, anyway." "So, what's this power you promised in your contract?" Hades says, "Oh, right. I almost forgot. Because I am a divine being that did not lose their power, because I worked in the underworld, I can have full strength as a supreme deity. You could refer to me as the strongest god at the moment. So, I'm going to give you a gift." Hades waves his hand over Nagisa's head, and he says, "You're welcome," before he starts decomposing at a rapid rate, and he falls to the ground as a pile of bones. And the earring appears on Nagisa's ear. And now analysis says, evolutions complete, new skills processing. And now Nagisa has 2 question mark bars on her skills, and analysis has evolved into, let's say it's called, I want to call it Great Sage because I know that, but it's pretty much just Great Sage. But I want to call it AI. Yeah, I'm gonna call it AI. Nagisa says nothing and just thinking, the fuck? What's who said that? And AI says, I am the artificial intelligence unit evolved from analysis. Due to the blessing of the god Hades, skills have evolved and you have gained the two new skills, which are still in processing. Hey, fucking Nagisa's sitting here like, alright, I gotta process this. Okay. An accelerated thought kind of helps with that. So Nagisa's just walking out of the dungeon thinking, so my skills processing is at 1%. And that was what? Hmm, that's, that was an hour ago. Okay, so let's say 1% each hour. Next day goes by. Nothing eventful happens. Nagisa practices with Hellflame, meets with Belle, and they farm the dungeon. Nagisa holds back, and they make a decent amount. She does the same thing for 2 more days, which means that she's up to 72 hours, which means it's at 72%. Let's say that Nagisa's made enough money to buy like a guild. Like, alright, let's say Nagisa made enough money to, what's it called? Make it like a familia house. So she bought a, what's it called? She bought a certificate with at the fucking guild office that, solidifies the Hades Guild as a guild. Not a guild, but a Hades familia. Babel was it? Is what it was called in the Adventurers Association. I don't fucking know, but yeah, the Adventurers Guild. Aina was a registered Nagisa as a member of Hades, the last member of Hades. So yeah. So day 4, about 78 hours, 76 hours. It's been 76 hours since Nagisa got her skills to be processed, and she is farming with Bell and his new supporter Lily Ruka on the floor with the ogres. Yeah. So Nagisa is sitting back with Lily, and Bell is training, like fighting. When Lily and Nagisa start talking, Lily says, "So what do you see in him? He's not he's not the smartest. Why did you choose him over all the other adventurers? I mean, you seem well endowed yourself. You look like you can probably fight here by yourself." Nagisa says, "Well, it gets lonely, I guess, killing this many monsters on a daily basis without anybody to talk to, even. Yeah, it just gets boring." Oh, God, I'm yawning again. So, yeah. Lily says, "Interesting. In that case, I hope you don't die here." With the thought acceleration, she's like, "Well, this is gonna be awkward." Lily, does a little neck chop on Nagisa, trying to knock her out. It doesn't work, but Nagisa plays along, falls to the ground, and then uses cold-blooded to erase her presence and stealth. And it just looks like Nagisa's just on the ground when Lily walks away. Then Lily shoots and takes Belle's knife. And yeah. But before Lily could get out of the dungeon with Belle's knife, a black dragon shoots the staircase and Lily falls to the ground. Now, let's say that it's a black earth dragon. And earth dragons have extremely tough scales, so Nagisa's knife won't really work on them. Nor, I guess Belle's would, but Lily has that and she's somewhere else. So, Nagisa tries a couple times trying to pierce under the scales or in the eyes, and the earth dragon just keeps going at it and at it. Until eventually Nagisa gets waxed by its tail and is thrown into a wall. Now, when this happens, Nagisa blacks out, and let's say that the timer just went over, so Nagisa just got her skills. And AI says, skills processed, uploading information. And Nagisa, uses, fucking physical enhancement and throws herself out of the wall. And wherever she walks, there's a trail of black flames on her feet, footprints. And Belle's just looking, and so's Lily from across the battlefield. And the Earth Dragon's just there. So Nagisa uses Python, a skill she's already had, to admit, I don't know if it was called Python. She uses her aura skill, and it appears that she is a giant basilisk. And then she activates one of her new skills, Call of the Dead. And let's say 500 skeletons appear behind Nagisa. And finally, she uses her what's it called? She uses her last new skill, combined with her fire manipulation ring. And her newest skill, her two new skills are called Call of the Dead. She can summon up to, let's say, 10,000 undead creatures. And her other skill is called it's not elemental, but shadow manipulation. So it's I guess it's a darkness affinity, so she can use dark magic. So she says she picks up Belle's short sword, and with one swing, uses Shadow Blade and black fire manipulation to make a black fire slash thingy mover, and she cuts the Earth Dragon in half. But it breaks the sword. It evaporates into dust. Not evaporates, once it's done, it's there, and then it just, from the top to the bottom, turns into dust and falls on the ground. She picks up her knife, puts it in her boot, and walks over to Belle and says, "Sorry about your short sword. I'll buy you a new one when we get to town." And the undead were just to fucking scare the monster. Because Nagisa got pissed for a second. Even with cold-blooded, So yeah. Nagisa gets to the surface, gives Belle a little money to, do that. And So basically, Lily and Nagisa and Belle made up a bit because let's say Nagi's one of the Nagisa's skeletons. No, let's say that when Nagisa got hit by the Earth Dragon's tail, Nagisa had to push Lily out of the way and save her. Yeah. So that's what happened. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here so I can go record What If Tatsume. La la da da da. Good seeing y'all. If you liked the video, like. If you got some criticism for me, comment. And if you think it's worth it, subscribe. Yeah. Love y'all. Peace out. Wait, I almost forgot to do my outro. You've been the Legion. I was the dual wielding demon. We are SMA. Peace out, Cub Scouts.